In this video, I want to do a royalty report for all my income streams for the month of January. Hello everyone, my name is Mike. I'm a full-time print-on-demand seller. I make YouTube videos showing you how to make more money on merch on demand and Etsy. If you like this kind of content and get any value out of this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, click the bell, and like the video. Now, usually I will do my typical intro where I share with you my sales from yesterday for merch on demand and Etsy, and also share with you my social medias like Instagram and TikTok. But since this is a royalty report video, I'm just going to go ahead and jump right on into it. So here are my stats for merch on demand. Now, merch on demand is by far my favorite platform to sell on, and it is the one where I make the most money on. That's probably why it's my favorite. But right here, we're going to see, so January 1st, 2026 to January 31st, 2026. Here are my stats, royalties, and sales. Now, to be honest, January was a pretty rough month. I was just waiting for this month to get over with. In general, January is, for most people, it's the worst month of the year. People are burnt out from Christmas. There's a ton of returns. So, not my best month, but here are my stats. So 970 sales, 137 returns. You can see just a ton of returns. I was at least able to make at least $1,000. So that was nice to see. And then I had a low royalty amount of $1. A lot of people, over this month were kind of, making fun of me or, saying jokes, telling me I need to raise my prices. But this is just a strategy that I do every year. This is my third year applying this specific strategy. And basically what I do is I just keep my prices low for January to get all my new t-shirts ranked and get reviews. And then once we get into February, which we are now, I start to bump up the prices. And then once we get to Q2, Q3, you're going to see these royalty numbers. At least that is what has happened the past 2 years, jump up to like 2,000, 3,000. I'm expecting to do maybe $4,000, $5,000 this month, mainly because of the, the design qualities. I'm not using Creative Fabrica anymore, basically all ideogram. And since I've been doing the strategy for 2 years now, this is third year, I have a really good idea of what sells. So you'll see these prices or these numbers increase. But here are my averages. So I was averaging 31 sales a day, 4 to 5 returns a day, and I was averaging $33 in royalties a day. And then my best day was on the 5th of January, where I did 60 sales, which I was actually kind of surprised to see. My highest return day was on the 2nd, which is pretty typical, right after Christmas, 12 returns. And then my best day in royalties was on the 14th, where I did $68 in royalties. So those are my stats for merch on demand. And if we take a look at my ads, because people are always asking me about ads, do I run ads, how to run ads? You can see here, I've actually stopped running ads. I know people might think that's kind of crazy. Everybody has their own strategy on how to make money on merch on demand. There's not just one way. There's lots of ways to make money on merch. I think what people need to do is just find a strategy that works well for them and just stick to it. And that is what I have done. So I only spent $62 on ads in January, and basically I had cut a bunch of ads out. And then on the 15th, I basically just cut off all my ads, but there was one that had kind of snuck on by that I didn't see. Then you can see here, I found it, and then I cut it off. So moving forward, I'm spending $0 on ads now. I just don't like getting that email from Amazon saying, hey, we're taking $500 out of your bank account, because that's how much I was spending. But yeah, so that is my strategy moving forward. No more ads. If you're in my school community, because some people were asking me about ads, I have a lesson in the mini course. You can check it out. It shows you my whole A to Z strategy on how I do ads when I was running ads the year before. All right, so those are my stats for merch on demand. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Etsy. All right, so here we are on Etsy for January 1st to January 31st. And if we take a look at my stats here, we're going to see for visits, I was actually up 66%. So I guess that's pretty good. So that's how many visits I had, 10,000. Orders was 146, which was up 3%. Conversion rate was down 38% at 1.48. And then the number that really matters is this revenue right here. So 1,659, which was actually down 32%. Ever since about the halfway point of last year, we've started to see kind of a dip on Etsy, not just me, but in general. Now, that is not to say that you still can't make good money on Etsy. I still highly believe in Etsy. That's one of the best places to sell on. It's just so versatile. It's not just like t-shirts. You have all these print on demand products, that merch on demand doesn't have, like blankets, aprons, things that you might not have thought of. But where I really think the true value or benefit is in the digital downloads. Because there's so many digital downloads you can do. My best sellers are PNG files and wall art. That's mainly what I focus on. I also do like Tumblr apps and TV frame art, but PNG files are my number one. But here are my stats here. We're going to see my best day was on January 7th. I did 112 for revenue. Yeah, beat that. And then for orders, my best day was on January 26th, where I did 9 orders. Now, we have to take into account that I am using a print-on-demand fulfillment company called Printful. I highly recommend Printful. It's who I've been using for so many years. I love them. I will be honest, though. As of late, though, they've been kind of late on their shipping. I don't know what's been going on with them, but usually they've just been super spot on. I still love them to death, but lately they've been kind of late on their orders. So I don't know, maybe comment, let me know if you've seen the same thing. But right here, we're going to see my total order costs. So I spent, $930, fulfilling t-shirts and mugs. And so you have to take that and minus that from this amount right here. And so basically it profited $720 or something like that. But there's also Etsy fees. I highly recommend that you try to understand how the Etsy fees work, because a lot of people think they're making a bunch of money on Etsy, but when you add in all the fees, it might not be as much as you think. I like to use ChatGPT to figure out the fees. You can just type all the info in, or even just take a screenshot and it will read it for you. But with the fees, I also had about $200, $250 in fees. So I would probably say from this $1,600, I only profited net amount only around like $500. All right. So that is kind of, I don't know if I should say sad, but I mean, I still made $500, so I'll take it. But, it'd just be nicer if there wasn't just so many damn fees on Etsy. I'm going to be honest. But still, I still love Etsy. I'm still going to continue uploading and selling on their platform. But those are my stats for Etsy, netting $500 for the month of January in 2026. All right, so the third income stream that I want to share with you is going to be SKOOL. And I've been selling or making money on SKOOL for almost a year now. This is my main group right here, which is Print on Demand AI Prompt Lab. Basically, I share prompts and niches for both print on demand or for merch on demand, and for Etsy, whether you're doing digital downloads or print on demand. So if you're interested, you can check it out. There's a link in the description. You can watch the video. But yeah, so if we go to settings right here, we could see how much. Now I charge $24 a month. I have 50 members. This is my monthly recurring revenue. But if we go to payouts right here, we can actually see how much I made. So there was 4 payouts. They pay out once a week every Friday. So January 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th. So 127, 69, 398. That was kind of the big one of the month. And then 115. And if I took a screenshot of this and just asked ChatGPT to ask me what is the sum of these numbers, right here we're going to see $710. So that is how much I made. Now I do have to pay SKOOL $100 or $99 or something like that. So basically my net is, $600. I did just recently open up a second SKOOL for Adobe stock images, which is this one right here, but not making any money on it yet. I had it as free. Now I'm charging. It's only $7 a month, and you basically get to be part of this community with all these members. There's a whole bunch of educational content, like resources, GPTs, and I also put out one niche and one prompt every day for free. So if you're doing Adobe stock, you want to check it out, you can go ahead and find it also on my SKOOL profile. But those are my stats for SKOOL, netting around $600 for the month of January. All right, so the next 5 income streams that I'm going to share with you are going to be for books. So I also self-publish ebooks, paperback books, and audiobooks. Actually, that's how I got started on making money online, was with ebooks. I started doing this actually before I got into print on demand and selling digital downloads on Etsy. But here we are on Authors Republic. This is where I sell my audiobooks, and I love selling audiobooks because it's so like passive. It's basically set and forget. I basically just optimize the metadata with keywords that people are looking for, like SEO. And then I just basically sit back and, get these monthly checks. I will admit it hasn't been as good as last year. Last year was really good, but still making some okay money. Now the way that they pay out, it seems like it's kind of like a low month, and then a big month. And so fortunately, this month was a good month, or one of the big months where they pay out on a quarterly basis. So we're going to see here I made $485. So that's really nice to see. Nice, $500 just direct deposited into my bank account. I'll take that, any time, any day of the week. And here we can see what my stats are. So, I've made $67,000 in royalties or in earnings with Authors Republic. Now, this is over like 8 years, and this is not all profit. I've spent, a ton of money just on, the ghostwriter and the narrator. You can see here I have 226 audiobooks. I've probably spent maybe like 25, maybe even like 30 grand just on these books. So, like I said, not all profit, but still pretty cool to see $67,000 in earnings. But those are my stats for Authors Republic for my audiobooks. I know I keep saying I'm going to make a course, and I promise I'm getting there. I'm going to make it. Probably going to be coming out in like Q2 or something like that. All right, now the next one is going to be Draft to Digital. Now, Draft to Digital is an aggregator for ebooks. They also do paperback and audiobooks, but I just do it for ebooks. And we're going to see here, I made $69 with them. Basically, what you do is you upload your ebook, and they will send it out to Amazon, to Barnes and Nobles, to to Google Play, to Apple, to basically all the big players, and even the smaller players as well, like Kobo. But the way that I've been making money with these guys now is I've been taking all of my books, and I've been having ChatGPT translate them into like German and French. I was doing all the languages, but I saw that really the only ones that sell are German by far, and then a little bit in French. So I've been getting, some sales there. So that's cool to see. And then I also have PublishDrive. PublishDrive is basically the same as Draft to Digital. It's an aggregator, but I haven't uploaded anything to this website in like 3 or 4 years, just because I don't like the website. It's clunky. I don't like the interface. It doesn't work well. But I've still uploaded a ton of books, and they still pay me out every month. So they do the same thing where it's like small, big. And so I had one of the small months, so I did $49. Next month is probably going to be, one of these big months where I do like 100 or maybe even 120. But that's how much I made on PublishDrive. And, it's not that much, but, these add up. And then the next one is going to be BABELCUBE. BABELCUBE is a way where you can have your books actually translated. This was before ChatGPT was out. I was doing this many years ago. Basically, I would take my book, I would upload it to this website called BABELCUBE. They're a middleman, and they have a bunch of translators that will actually just take your book, translate it for you, and then BABELCUBE will upload it to all of the the websites like Amazon, Google Play, iTunes, and then basically you split the royalties. But here we're going to see last month I made $59, and again I haven't uploaded anything to this website in so many years, but I have like 200 books with them. And so they pay out. Usually I make like $50 a month with these guys, but it used to be really good. Like if I scroll down here to like back in the day, you see the numbers just keep getting bigger and bigger. And right around, I had like a $400 a month. Let's see if I can find it. Where the heck is it? Oh, maybe I missed it. Was it somewhere here? Well, I guess you're just going to have to take my word for it. Oh, no, there it is right there, $459. So in 2019, I was making $400, $300, $299, $357 every month with BABELCUBE, which I thought was actually pretty cool. And then the other way is with KDP. So KDP is Kindle Direct Publishing. And to be honest, I haven't really been doing too well with KDP, but I recently started uploading or self-publishing children's illustration books using ChatGPT. So I'm having ChatGPT make me these books. So there's really no cost except for the ChatGPT subscription, which I'm going to pay for anyway because I use it for so many things. But I uploaded like 5 or 6, and I got one to hit, and it has been making me some sales. So I made $32 with Kindle Direct Publishing. So if we go ahead and we just add these all up, looks like I did, let's just call this 500, 70, 50, and maybe 50 right here. So if you do the math, I don't know, what is that? Maybe around like $700 or something like that, maybe 750. So that's how much I made with all of my income streams for ebooks, paperback books, and audiobooks. All right, then the last 3 income streams are going to be Creative Fabrica, Adobe Stock, and YouTube. So here are my stats for Creative Fabrica. Here I am on my dashboard. Ended up doing $56 in royalties. If we could take a look at my wallet here, does it show my earnings? Yeah, so right here we're going to see I had a really good month last month. I actually did 240. Basically, I had a bunch of 6-7 designs to kind of go crazy. Usually I do usually I average around like $100, but for this month, only 56. But hey, I will still take it. It's completely passive. I like Creative Fabrica. The only problem is that usually a lot of my designs people take and they just start selling them as digital downloads on Etsy. So I don't really like that because then I have to start policing and sending messages and stuff like that. But I haven't really uploaded anything since December. I uploaded nothing this month. Maybe I'll get back into it. I just got so many things kind of going on right now, but those are my stats for Creative Fabrica. Here are my stats for Adobe Stock. So I just started Adobe Stock last year in October when I uploaded, and I was able to get some pretty quick success. Adobe Stock, from what I've seen on YouTube videos, people showing the royalties don't really make a ton of money, maybe like $100 a month. There are some big players, but for the most part, kind of low. So I was able to have some good success. And for this month right here, since it's only been 1 month in the year, we're going to see I did already at $38. So that's pretty cool. And then if we take a look at my stats for YouTube, we're going to see for January, so last 28 days, well, if we scroll down here, we can see, right here. So for January, $46. And here were my days. So my best day was $5 on YouTube, but usually it's just like $1 a day, basically. YouTube is a grind. The best way to make money on YouTube is not with ads, is to basically, sell a course or to have a school community or something like that. Basically have a link where you take them somewhere else. And they sign up and you can, sell a course, sell a digital product, sell a membership, like SKOOL. But those are my stats for those 3 platforms. And then if we go to ChatGPT and I just kind of add them up, we're going to see, 1,000 for merch on demand. These are approximate numbers. So 1,000 for merch on demand, 500 for Etsy, 700 for SKOOL, 750 for all my book income streams, and then 150 for Creative Fabrica, YouTube, and Adobe Stock. I think that's going to come out to somewhere around $3,000 for the month of January. So not crazy money. Again, January is probably like the worst month of the year for me. February is a little bit better, but once we get to March, I have a pretty strong feeling, that things are really going to pick up, because that's just how it's been, every year for me since I've been doing this. All right, so those are my stats. Comment below, let me know how you did. Again, if you want to sign up to my SKOOL community, the link is in the description. Watch the videos, whether you want to sign up for the stock image SKOOL or for the merch on demand one. But I'm getting kind of tired now. I'm going to go off to the gym. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Adios.